Good afternoon. I am pleased to be here. I am pleased to see you here. Because when I walked into this auditorium in the morning, it was only half full, or maybe 1/4. And to a speaker, that is not very encouraging. And now the auditorium is filled up, and I'm very happy to be here among you all. Sunday afternoon, huh? You all spared your valuable time to make your way here. And I'm happy that it is afternoon, not evening. See, my job is to put people in high spirits. What is that? High spirits. But there is something that goes wrong with evening functions. The definition of spirits, high spirits changes. So I'm so very happy this is a morning thing. You sacrifice so much. Aloo de parathe, you must have said. Some of you are like, yes. She's like, so, with the achar and the dahi and the everything, and the sunshine outside, it's a bright sunny day. Kitna kuch sacrifice karke aap aaj yahan aaye ho. So I have to make sure that it is the best use of your time here today. My sincere thanks to the speakers before me, to the management team, the Garg family, Ms. Arna Bhardwaj, and the distinguished members of faculty and students. बस इतनी formality होती है मेरे session में. इसके बाद all formalities over. What do you want, a lecture or an interaction? Yes. Some of you are not sure. Yes. Are you sure? Yes. So you split the word interaction, you get two words, which are inter and action. Inter is between two parties and action is action. Which means जो कुछ चेहरे जो बड़ी सीट select करके गई बैठे हुए हैं कि मैं तो आराम से सुनूंगा और आसपास वाले के साथ बातचीत करूंगा, that's not going to happen. This is an intelligent audience, yes or no? Yes. Most of my clients are corporate clients, but I love working with the education segment क्योंकि यहाँ intelligent audiences ज़्यादा होती हैं. No disrespect to my corporate clients, but you are in education. This is an intellectuals conclave, right? सबने बोर्ड पढ़ा था आगे से पहले. Yes. वो सर मशीन की बात कर रहे थे, झूठ बोलने वाली मशीन की. हमने भी बात, जैसे होटल्स में मेटल डिटेक्टर लगा होता है, हमने भी इंटेलेक्ट डिटेक्टर लगा के एंट्री दी है. So I'm very happy to be among intellectuals. A speaker's worst nightmare is to be among a not so intelligent audience. वो हर स्पीकर का नाइटमेयर होता है, बुरा सपना होता है कि मैंने जोक सुनाया, कहानी सुनाई, को अपनी कुछ बड़ी पावरफुल स्टोरी नरेट की, उससे पहले भी जनाब के चेहरे का एक्सप्रेशन ऐसे था. मेरा वो खत्म हो गया, मेरी कहानी, मेरा जोक, एवरीथिंग, अब भी चेहरे का एक्सप्रेशन ऐसे है. So मुझे लग रहा है यार मैंने शायद बोर्ड नहीं पढ़ा बाहर आज. Maybe I am in the wrong place, but that's not the case here. Yes? Number one thing for intellectuals and teachers and educators. By the way, I just want to identify the composition of the audience. How many principals in this room? Please raise your hands. You are a principal or a chief administrator of a school or college. Okay, it's about 10, 15. How many teachers and educators? Please raise your hands. Okay, great. And how many of my young friends, students, raise your hands, please. Good. So, not only will I be trilingual today, मैंने मैडम से पहले अनुमति ले ली है, हिंदी, पंजाबी और इंग्लिश में ये सेशन होगा. Yes? Happy about that? Yes. Not only will I be trilingual today, but I also have to address the three different parts of this audiences, right? Which is educators, principals, and young students. And I'm happy all of you are together. Parents रहे यार, वो भी होते अच्छा होता, would have been nice. But what happens, something goes wrong when I do parents and students joint session किया था मैंने ग्वालियर में एक बार. वो सेशन वो मेरी तरफ कम देख रहे थे, एक दूसरे की तरफ ज्यादा देख रहे थे. देखा वो सुनो वो क्या कह रहा है, वो कह रहे हैं. तो I could not hold their attention because their attention was to each other. That's blaming. So, if you want to succeed, चलो पहले वो मोहब्बत से बात कर लेते हैं क्योंकि दिमान साहब ने मोहब्बत से बात छोड़ी थी. जी? कहाँ गए वो हमारे जिंदा दिल सर, एक फ्रंट सीट, सेकंड सीट पे बैठे हुए थे. सर कहाँ है? प्लीज आइडेंटिफाई योरसेल्फ. कि जिंदगी की असली उड़ान तो अभी बाकी है. जिंदगी की असली उड़ान तो अभी बाकी है, जिंदगी के कई और इम्तिहान अभी बाकी हैं. अभी तो नापी है मुट्ठी भर जमीन हमने, आगे सारा आसमान अभी बाकी है. सर की जिंदा दिली देखकर, और क्योंकि वो मोहब्बत की बात हुई, किस किस ने इश्क किया है वो हाथ खड़ा करें. मैंने भी इश्क किया है और अपने काम से, अपने मिशन से और भी बड़े. वो दैट्स नॉट द फोरम टुडे टू डिस्कस दैट. My title says motivational speaker, does not say love guru, right sir? Not the time and place for that discussion today, but yes, I've fallen in love with what I do. My question to you is, do you love what you do or not? Number one question. Because if you don't, फिर आप उन जिंदा लाशों की तरह हैं जो कॉर्पोरेट इंडिया में हर जगह पाई जाती हैं. इस देश में भरी पड़ी हैं जिंदा लाशें. यंगस्टर्स को मुझे बताना पड़ता है, बेटा पैर घसीट के क्यों चल रहा है? You know, hallways of many colleges they have this cemented thing, और उसमें यंगस्टर जब पैर घसीट के चलते हैं, you know, it's so irritating. I have to just go and tell them, बेटा पैर तो उठा के चलो कम से कम. जिंदा लाशें. फरहान अख्तर जी की उन्होंने एक मूवी में लाइनें बोली थी जो जावेद अख्तर साहब की लिखी हुई हैं कि आंखों में हैरानियां लेकर चल रहे हो तो जिंदा हो, नजर में ख्वाबों की बिजलियां लेकर चल रहे हो तो जिंदा हो, हवा के झोंकों के जैसे आजाद रहना सीखो, हवा के झोंकों के जैसे आजाद रहना सीखो, तुम समुद्र में पानी की तरह बहना सीखो. Something to that effect. But the essence of what he's saying is कि आंखों में हैरानियां और नजर में बिजलियां, ख्वाब लेकर चल रहे हो तो जिंदा हो. तो व्यक्ति के पास अगर वो नहीं है, I don't care what you do for a living. You're a teacher, you're a student or something. Students की बात कर लेता हूँ. I go to attend. I've done journal management programs at IIM Ahmedabad का student रह चुका हूँ मैं. IIM लखनऊ का student रह चुका हूँ. This is after my graduation. Okay? A very hefty fee that I pay for a 4-day program, तो उसकी फीस लाखों में जाती है. और मैं अपने जो सीरियसनेस जो मेरे पास कभी स्कूल कॉलेज में नहीं थी, वो सीरियसनेस अब आई है. I have 4 or 5 different colors of pens and markers and notes. I carry a proper bag. I'm on time. क्योंकि वो माइंड में डिजायर है. That's really important. So मोहब्बत की फिर से बात कर लेते हैं. That I've fallen in love with what I do. और एक कहानी याद आती है मुझे. How many of you would like to listen to a story? A story. So story से पहले मेरा एक रिचुअल है. ये मेक श्योर करने के लिए कि सब जाग रहे हैं. आपकी चिंगारी भड़कानी है. चिंगारी को ऑक्सीजन चाहिए. Yes or no? Yes. So बाबा रामदेव स्टाइल लंबा सांस खींचिए. Hold. Exhale. फिर से एक लंबा सांस. Exhale. Once again, deep breath in. This time with a smile, please, on your face. Inhale, hold, exhale. Rub both your hands together. Rub your hands together. Louder, so I can hear them. Louder. Faster. Now rub them on your eyes. And say out loud, I'm happy to be here. कुछ लोग अभी भी कह रहे हैं, I'm happy to be here. I wanted parathas, but I'm happy to be here. So let's get back to our story. My story is a very old Greek story, an ancient Greek story. कहा जाता है Socrates, Socrates, you know, a famous philosopher, thinker. उनको मिलने एक यंगस्टर गया एक बार. So a youngster went up to Socrates once. कि सर मुझे बताएं, मैं भी आपकी तरह जीवन में सक्सेसफुल होना चाहता हूं. What do I want to do? Want to be successful. Socrates was taking he was in the middle of a river. नदी के बीच में था, सबसे गहरी पॉइंट में. वो मॉर्निंग अपना बात ले रहा था और उसने पहले युवक की तरफ देख के हंसा, यार क्या बैड टाइमिंग है. बट he said, क्या सीखना है बेटा आपको? सक्सेस. बेटा पानी में आ जाओ. So he invited him in the middle of the river, where the river was the deepest. Socrates उससे लंबा था थोड़ा, उसकी यहाँ गर्दन तक पानी बह रहा था, काफी तेज था पानी. So once he's invited this young guy in, he puts his hand around his neck, and plunges his head into water. Okay? Now keep in mind, keep in mind Socrates is stronger than his disciple. तो उसका सर कहाँ है? पानी के नीचे. वो फड़फड़ा रहा है. He's really struggling, and you know, उसने काफी 1-1.5 मिनट नीचे रखा. अल्टीमेटली वो उसको पूरे जोर से उसको किक करके बाहर निकलता और सांस लेता. कहता ये क्या पागलपन था? Socrates कहता, बेटा आप ही ने जो पूछा था, How can I be successful in life? ये उसी का आंसर था. कहता वो कैसे? कहता जब तुम पानी के अंदर थे, How badly did you need oxygen? How badly? He said, sir, it was a matter of life and death. It was a matter of life and death. That's how badly I needed it. He said, did you get it? I said, yes. He said, the same thing for life. Hello? The same thing for life. If you want anything so badly in your life that it becomes a matter of life and death, there is no force in the world that can stop you from reaching your aim. No power in the world. 10 years ago, when I moved back from the UK after my 8-year journey as a hotelier, मैं India वापस आया, मेरे family members ने पूछा, a lot of them were, I live in Jalandhar, is my hometown. So that is a place where outside the passport office you can find big queues. यहाँ से इस auditorium से ज़्यादा rush आपको जलंधर के passport office के बाहर मिलेगा. ऐसे countries में agents भेजने के लिए तैयार हैं जो पूछो मत. You know, Kazakhstan, I mean, Punjabi students there in the Doaba region would pay 20 lakh rupees to go to Kazakhstan, Ukraine, wherever, just send me out of here, right? So when I returned back, सब परेशान थे. करना क्या है? So I want to be a motivational speaker, I want to do this, I want to give back to society, I've learned a lot, this is my mission, blah, blah, blah. तो मेरे एक uncle थे, he was 74 then, and I think he's 84 now. Very simple, very genuine human being. बेटा स्पीकर बनाने हैं ਉੱਥੇ ਲੁਧਿਆਣੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਊਜਾ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਬੜੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਅੰਕਲ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਬਣਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਬਣਨਾ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਅੱਛੀ ਹੌਬੀ ਹੈ ਪੈਸੇ कैसे कमाओगे blah blah there were so many things but if you I think this is Swami Vivekanand group of institutes yes or no तो स्वामी विवेकानंद जी की कहावत है if you want to succeed in life take one idea and leave all other ideas alone take up one idea and leave all other ideas alone live it breathe it every muscle of your body every fiber of your mind should think of that idea then no power in the world can stop you okay so this singularity of purpose this direction this is really really important so what do I really want okay time for a little audience interaction do we have some mics for the audience please how many of you go to restaurants like Haldiram's or KFC or McDonald's please raise your hands in the last 1 week is there something on their menu called kuch bhi chalta hai kuch bhi you have to make a choice yes or no you can't just walk into a restaurant like that and say kuch bhi de do yaar actually some entrepreneurs are so smart in Scotland there is a gentleman usne ek scotch launch kar di hai jiska naam hai kuch nahi because he knows when Punjabis are sitting together in the evening he'll say kya piyoge yaar kuch nahi yaar so he's launched actually a scotch whiskey that's called kuch nahi but jokes apart what I'm trying to say to you is this you have to be clear about what you want right this is my number 1 input to number 1 was love what you do fall in love what you do and number 2 is be clear about what you want right so I believe in audience interaction so once again deep breath in please shake someone's hand on your right and left introduce yourself say hello to the person sitting next to you please say hello quickly yes hi now because I will leave in 1 hour's time and you will forget all this I want you to say this message to the person sitting next to you will you do that for me yes number 1 message is turn to the person sitting next to you and tell them love what you do look them in the eye and say to them do it now please love what you do ye jhoot bolne ki machine meri hai if people are not able to make eye contact with you there you go all right number 2 is be clear about what you want in life what is number 2 be clear about what you want in life this is really important yes I'm seeing a lot of enthusiasm for the students over there so thank you to the management for providing a forum for intellectuals to come together इंटेलेक्चुअल्स को अगर फोरम ना मिले डिस्कशन का तो इनको बीमारी हो जाती है यू नो फिर ये हर वक्त शिकायत करना शुरू कर कोई कॉफी के कप पे भी कोई बुलाएगा हम सब इंटेलेक्चुअल्स का कोई ना कोई एक ऐसा फ्रेंड होता है जो 15 दिन में एक बार फोन करता है सिर्फ वेंटिंग ऑफ के लिए ऐसा ना उसको शिकायतें हैं बहुत ज्यादा यू नो ये गवर्नमेंट क्या कर रही है पोल्यूशन बहुत हो रहा है ही विल कॉल यू it is better we channelize that sort of energy into something more positive so that a dialogue happens I've often heard this quotation, I don't know who wrote it, but it's often been said. Average people discuss other people. Mediocre people are busy discussing people. उन्हें की क्या, उन्हें केड़े कपड़े पाए, उन्हें पिछले ब्याज भी यही सूट पाया सी, की ब्याज भी यही सूट पाया है, और रोज अपनी फोटो खींच के फेसबुक पे पाता रहता है. So mediocre people are spending a vast majority of their time discussing other people. Slightly above mediocre people are spending majority of their time discussing events. Discussing events जो already हो चुका है. मोदी जी फिर बाहर चले गए हैं, देश का क्या होगा, फलाने ने ये कर दिया, तूने ये पढ़ा, वहां एक्सीडेंट हो गया, ये हो गया, etc. You know, सारा दिन इस चीज में निकाल देंगे. So what are two categories? Number one is the average people are discussing other people. Above average people are discussing events. अतीत को जो बीत गया. Now, people like you should be discussing. Thank you. Round of applause for my students over there. Yes. The great people should be discussing ideas. Now, it should not stop at only discussing ideas. क्योंकि ideas की हमारे कमी नहीं है. We never have a shortage of ideas in this country. We used to have 5-year planning commission and all that. I think it has changed now with Niti Aayog coming in. But ideas should be executed also. But ideas से शुरुआत तो होती है सुन. If you ask me, society में, institution में, individual में, let me ask you, to this esteemed audience, ladies and gentlemen, what is the first step of change? Change yourself. Okay. उसमें first step क्या है?
Accept what you are.
Acceptance. Okay. Acceptance से पहले भी एक step आता है. It's very crucial. You're close. Know yourself. You're close.
Be willing to change.
The willingness to change, the openness to change. Yes, that's there. I'm looking. We're all on the same lines. Sorry. Thoughts.
What would all your strengths and weaknesses?
What I want to change. So clarity.
Your strengths and weaknesses.
I know my strengths and weaknesses. You're getting closer now. Self-awareness. Awareness is the first step to change. Can I hear it out loud, please? Awareness is the first step to change. A lot of जो हमारे system में problems हैं, जिनकी हम शिकायतें करते हैं, they are not problems because of bad people. If on traffic we don't follow the rules, does not mean we are bad human beings. There is a lack of awareness. If there is a shortage of respect for senior citizens and women in this country, it's not that we are fundamentally morally wrong. No. There is a lack of awareness. In the UK when I lived or other places, you also must have traveled abroad, pedestrian is walking, the car will stop and he will signal to you. Pedestrian can go first. हम कहते हैं इंडिया में कोई परवाह. कितने लोग एक्चुअल ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस टेस्ट में जाके ये चीज सिखाई जाती है? It's not taught. There are no. So awareness is the first step to change. And my singular objective today is to create more awareness. And 3 things I hope should happen today at the conclusion of my session. Number 1 is inspiration. Number 1 क्या है? Inspiration. Number 2 is innovation, the ability to do new things. And number 3 is introspection. जब आप खत्म करें, मेरी आशा है जब ये सेशन फिनिश हो कि आप 5-10 मिनट you spend with yourself to introspect. मुझे क्या शुरू करना चाहिए, क्या बंद करना चाहिए, मैं क्या सही कर रहा हूं, क्या नहीं सही कर रहा हूं. Number 1 is inspiration. मैं उससे शुरू करता हूं. Inspiration word दोस्तों Greek word से बना है, which means inspirado. Two words. It has 2 origins. Number 1, to breathe in. Inspired, to breathe in. When you're breathing in, you are alive. You're awake. And number 2 is to be one with the spirit. Inspiration means to be one with the creative spirit. When you're one with something larger than yourself, आपसे बढ़कर कोई शक्ति है, आप उससे एक हो चुके हैं, that is when we can say a person is inspired. Now, वो जरूरी नहीं है कि ये religious चीज है. आपका गोल, आपका लक्ष्य आपसे बड़ा है, उसके साथ वन हो चुके हैं, that means you are inspired. When you are inspired, आपको सब प्रॉब्लम्स छोटी लगेंगी. All problems will seem very small, very minor to you because you are inspired. There is something bigger in front of you. So these are three things I am hoping to achieve in today's session. Inspiration, right? Number two is innovation, some new thoughts, some ability to do new things. And number three is introspection, that you please take out the time to spend time with yourself. People don't find that time these days. We are so busy, always stimulated. हमारी overstimulation हो रही है with this generation, with our phones ringing and our WhatsApp and our Facebook and our Twitter and all that. We need to declutter and find out what is really important for me. Clarity तभी आएगी जब मुझे ये पता होगा मेरे लिए important क्या है. छोटी सी exercise कर लेते हैं, okay? Yeah, deep breath in. Close your eyes. No cheating. Put your right hand up in the air, please. Finger pointing upwards. Right hand up in the air. Finger pointing upwards. I will count down from 3, 2 and 1. I want you to turn your finger towards north. आंखें बंद रखनी है. अपनी फिंगर को नॉर्थ उत्तर की दिशा घुमाना है जैसे मेरा काउंटडाउन कंप्लीट होगा. आंखें बंद रखिए प्लीज. Deep breath in. 3, 2, 1, go. Move your hand towards north. Come on, decide. Okay, अपने हाथ जहां है वहीं रखिए. हाथों को फ्रीज कर लीजिए. आंखें खोलिए. अपने हाथ को देखिए और आसपास के हाथ के देखिए. Right? कितने हाथ नीचे कर लीजिए. How many norths are there? How many? Tell me. Technically one. How many in this room? For some people it's very easy. और कुछ लोग एक्चुअली चीटिंग कर रहे हैं. आप देखिए सारे ऊपर कर रहे हैं. मैं भी let me do that also. That is very dangerous. Same as the above. Cheating भी करनी आनी चाहिए. Right? You should know your north. What is it? Know your. भाई सब लोग ने ऊपर किया, मैंने भी ऊपर कर दिया. वो सब लोगों का नुकसान हो रहा है. मैं भी उसी ग्रुप में शामिल हो गया. What's the point? I should know what my direction is and have the courage to point into that direction. Okay? Those are some of the singular objectives. So, I'm thankful to the intellectuals in this room, the teachers, the educators, for being the lighthouses of the society. The what?
Lighthouse.
Lighthouses. Students, can you say out a loud thank you to the educators in this room, please? Thank you. Because they are the lighthouses. They tell us where we need to go. American motivational speaker, American comedian थे, George Carlin. Anyone heard his name? George Carlin. He said this funny thing. He's passed away now. He said this funny thing. He said, be careful of stupid people in large numbers. Or rather to this effect, never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. You've all seen that, no? Sometimes. What the lighthouses for us do in the society? One person is enough. One lighthouse is enough to guide millions of others. That's all we need. One lighthouse. Otherwise, be careful of the power of stupid people in large numbers. So in order to counteract the force of the stupid people, which can grow anywhere, anytime, we need lighthouses who say this is wrong, this is right, this is the direction you must go into. Times have changed. I want to speak about change a little bit first. क्योंकि आज का जो theme है, that is about the changing scenario, new career opportunities and how we need to adapt into that. First of all, I want to talk about change. At what pace the change is happening. The first example I want to give you is, आज से 10 साल पहले, 10-15 साल पहले, वर्ल्ड की जो टॉप 10 कंपनीज हुआ करती थी, एनी केसेस? वो हाँ जी, Microsoft still is, I believe.
Nokia.
Hindustan Lever, Philips, Sony, petrol guys, come on, it's that simple. BP, Total, Chevron, these were the, according to the global numbers, ये जो 4-5 कंपनीज थी, आज से 12 साल पहले की जो टॉप 10 कंपनीज की लिस्ट थी globally, that was dominated by petrochemicals, petrol refining, petrochemicals and associated industries. 10 or 12 years from now, what is the new petrol? I heard it. Give it up for the gentleman, please. Data is the new petrol. What is the new petrol? Data, information. आज की अभी कुछ दिन पहले ही जो टॉप 10 कंपनीज की लिस्ट रिलीज हुई है उसमें एक भी पेट्रोलियम कंपनी नहीं है. All 10 of them are technology companies. These are the times we're living in. And many of them were started by people of the age of people in this room. 23, 24, Facebook, Amazon, and so many others. My question is, India needs to move from being a consumer to being a producer. Right now we're paying royalties on everything that we buy. You buy a McDonald's burger, McDonald's head office को royalty जाती है. You buy Domino's, the royalty goes there. You use Facebook, उस पे advertisement होती है, it goes, profit goes to Facebook head office. Right? We are consumers. हमें consumer से producers बदलना है. And for that we need to understand हमारे education system को change होना है, हमारे युवाओं की सोच को change होना है, इनके parents की सोच को change होना है, हमारे teachers की approach को change होना है. The whole system, हमारे policy makers को भी change होना है. I'm speaking to policy makers in 1 month's time, and वहां पर भी मैं पूरे जोर से यही मैसेज दूंगा कि टाइम वक्त बदल चुका है, हमारा एजुकेशन सिस्टम नहीं बदला है उसके साथ. हमें बदलना है. We need to succeed. आज से कुछ ही हफ्ते पहले की बात है. मेरा फ्रेंड है, बेस्ट फ्रेंड, उसका बेटा रट्टा लगा रहा था. 5-6 साल का बच्चा उसका रट्टा लगा रहा था. सवाल क्या था, ध्यान से सुनिएगा. The question was, what do you do when you spend time with your friends? Come on. It's a 6-year-old kid. उसको 3 आंसर दिए गए. Number 1, I play with my friends. Number 2, I can watch TV with my friends. Number 3 was, I don't know. Number 3 was I can watch cricket or something like that. वो बेचारा ना भाग गया ऐसे ड्राइंग रूम में जोर जोर से. Remember? हम भी रट्टा लगाते थे कभी छत की तरफ देख के. I don't know why people look at the ceiling. So I said, come here, kid. I said, what is the question? The question is, what do I do when I'm with my friends? इसमें आंसर ये हो सकता है, me and my friends, we can go hiking together. We can bake a cake together. We can do coloring together. We can play hockey together instead of cricket. मैं जैसे जैसे उसको ये बेकार से आंसर दे रहा हूँ ना, उसके आईब्रोज ऊपर जा रहे हो. तो अंकल नहीं गलत है. मैंने पता क्या कहा पंजाबी में, बेड़ा गर्क. This is the beginning of the process of shutting the brain of a youngster. Is the beginning. ये शुरुआत हो रही है किस चीज की? बच्चे का दिमाग बंद करने की. बेटा 3 आंसर है इसके. When you are with your friends, right? And that's it. And then इसी बच्चे को 22, 23, 24, 25 साल के बाद हम बोलेंगे, let's organize a workshop called Think Outside the Box.